minutes. Rotations, these elements, Greg, are very much in the works at this time of the season.
And I tell you, a hot streak from a role player might earn them a starting spot. And further success can really shake things up. Giving everyone a fair chance is key.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
So on the floor for Memphis, they've got Jackson. Boozer is out there with Zach Edey. Then there's Ty Jerome. And it's Coward in at the two-guard spot.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Here's Edey. Still yet to score. Pass to Coward. In the corner, it's Boozer. 6 on the shot clock. Jazz trail by 4. George looking over the floor. And the shot goes in.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Pass to Coward. Here's Edey. Jerome passes to Boozer. Inside, here's Jackson. Utah with the rebound, and this is the first season matchup for them against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Edey with the steal. Boozer wide open, he fires. Hits it from three-point range. Boozer's got his second basket of the night.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, guys. In an era of title or bust thinking, it's noteworthy that the grit and grind Grizzlies of the 2010s are properly celebrated. While they never made it past the Western Conference Finals, their physical style, built around Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Tony Allen, and Mike Conley, built a lasting legacy in Memphis. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Here's Jackson following the score by Memphis. Vassell kicks to George. Oh, good on the 3.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Down low. Stolen by Kessler. Vassell with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Jackson against Vassell. And he drives in, and he bangs it home with one hand.
That time, Vassell looked like he was shot out of a cannon.
And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent. It's also about timing.
Well, you want Kessler involved in the offense. That's the kind of shot you're looking for.
Pass to Jerome. Boozer with the screen for Jerome. Now Jackson. Now Jerome. 9 points in the game so far. A 3. George with the defensive effort.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Kessler finds Jackson. Kessler the screen. Collier gets it to go from beyond the arc. Collier's got 5 points so far.
That's a nice shot, helping to space the floor for his team.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isel. This is his first trip to the line tonight. That one drops. He ties it up. He's off on the second.
Well, they had a chance for the lead right there, but we're all evened up.
We've got Collier. Filipowski's out there with Williams. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2. That's the group right now for Utah. And again, Memphis no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down. He is that open. Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Here's Traore. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Shoots from the baseline. And again, Memphis no good. For Utah, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Collier. Here's Sensabaugh. There's the pick. Utah needs to get off a shot here. That's good by Filipowski.
Yeah, the more he knocks those down, the more confidence this coaching staff's going to have in him.
Now Claxton, defended by Filipowski. Sexton attacking. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Yeah, once Sexton takes that first step on the drive, he's not backing off.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Here is Williams. Traore with the rebound. Now here's Sexton. Outside for Jackson. Jackson with the screen. And the dunk by Jackson.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
Jazz have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here's Sensabaugh. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Collier. For the 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
Well, on the road, your defense needs to withstand runs from the other side, and that wasn't the case for them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Boozer, he's checked in for G.G. Jackson. Wells comes in for Mann. And it's Ty Jerome in for Sexton. Here's Traore from deep three-point land. No good on that one. Excellent D there from George. Here's Bailey. Sinks that one from the post.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Memphis trailing here. Outside Boozer. Lets it go with the 3. Sinks the triple. Boozer's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, he's such a natural talent. Has all the skill needed to produce at a high level.
Bailey with a wide open look. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Now here's Boozer. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Clippers.
Yeah, and look, he came up huge defensively, grabbing 4 steals during the game.
Jazz have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Pass to George from outside the arc. Jerome with the rebound. And Jerome has got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. Outside Boozer. Screen by Claxton. To the paint. And Claxton throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now, here's George. He had 31 points in the win against Philadelphia. Jackson setting the pick here for George. And good that time. George has got the game tied up here for the Jazz. Here's Traore. From the line. That will not drop. Still looking for his groove. He's 1 of 6 so far from the floor. Pass to Collier. Bailey with the ball. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Philadelphia.
And I felt like his offense fed right into his deep. Yeah, he caused a bunch of turnovers. There was just no let-up in him all night.
Aggressive slash from the young guard. George fears no one when attacking the basket.
And here we go. Here's Collier. Plays it in off the breakaway. And now a 4-point Utah lead. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Jazz.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Walker Kessler comes in for Kyle Filipowski. And it's Vassell in for Collier. Here's Bailey. He's got 6. He was all alone on that one. Vassell's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, nice shot by Vassell. Really good three-point shooting.
Jerome passes to Boozer. To the inside. And Memphis turns it over again.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Coming off a terrific season. He was around 23 points a game last year. 6 assists and 3 rebounds. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yeah, their entire system would look different if they didn't have this guy to depend on. Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Outside Boozer. Over to the left wing. Pass to Coward. Boozer against Jackson. Here's Coward. Clock at 4. For 3. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To stand here, we have one of the bright young centers in the NBA, Walker Kessler.
Look, start with this with Walker Kessler, Kevin. A great rim protector. You're just not going to get layups with Walker Kessler on the floor. Then he's an outstanding offensive rebounder, and he's got great hands, which makes him very effective as a roll man in the pick and roll.
And that one's good, Boozer.
Well, his percentage keeps going up. He's adapted to what the defense is showing him.
Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered and the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating. Creating opportunities at the line.
Here's Coward. Last time, 14 points for him. Edey, a screen, fires the 3. And it's Coward missing.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Now, Bailey. He's got 8. Pass to Kessler. The 3 from George. Edey with the rebound.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
Boozer against George. Here's Jerome. And the 3 off target. And George with the stuff.
Well, that's what you want from George. He's most effective when he's attacking the rim.
Outside Boozer. Memphis moving it around. Lets it go from the wing. Rebounded by Bailey. Utah leading by 10. To the middle. George passes to Kessler. Jackson setting the pick here for Vassell. Hands it from downtown. Vassell's got 8 points.
Well, nice turnaround for him here in the second quarter. He had a cold start, but never lost his confidence.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And it's George missing. The Grizzlies trail by 13. Here's Coward. Pass to Edey. Outside Boozer. And the drought. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Yeah, that's his second made 3 of the quarter. 3rd of the game so far.
Jerome against George. Jackson, a screen on Jerome. And here's George for 3. Edey with it. No scoring in this one. Inside. Stolen by Kessler. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Wells is out there with Boozer. Then there's Ty Jerome. Then there's Edey. And it's Coward in at shooting guard. And here are the Grizzlies now after the basket by Utah. To the inside. Here's Edey. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Edey's got his first bucket of the night.
Look, this is just Edey doing big man things, getting physical to win buckets.
Kessler, a screen on Jerome. Pass to Kessler. Edey with the steal. Down low, and the dunk by Boozer.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a bounce. Well, the defense was a little soft. He felt free to take that shot.
Pass to Edey. In the corner, it's Boozer. And the rejection by Jackson. Vassell, the pass to Bailey. Basket good. Now it's a 7-point Utah lead.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Memphis has gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Boozer up top, guarded by Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Boozer. And Jackson with the block. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Utah Jazz. On Sunday, they'll be playing against Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Tuesday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And you know, for that Pelicans game, that one's going to be the 7th game of the season, almost a full 10th of the season played after that one.
Now, here's George. 14 points for him. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
An intriguing young talent. George's upside as a scorer is especially enticing.
And so he hits both. So, Greg, in 2021, the NBA creating the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Social Justice Champion Award. It's so great to recognize the work that's being done by so many NBA players.
It does, Kevin. And these players who are not just giving back, but giving a voice to the less fortunate and trying to shape policy towards justice and equality.
Here's George. Grizzlies making the shot. And once again, off the mark by Utah. Pass to Jerome. It doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from George. Bailey passes to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Easy to see the kind of impact George is going to have in this league. Already so productive.
Here's Coward. And here is Wells. Still without a basket. Here's Boozer. Drains the three-pointer.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Now Jerome. 16 points for him.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
And clearly, he's in a lot of pain. They call time, and the trainer's going to get a chance to go out and check him over.
Collier, he's checked in for the Jazz. And Memphis also making a switch. Traore's checked in. Now, here's Vassell. He's got 10. Jackson gets the bucket.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Traore. Pass to Coward. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 15.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another three to fall.
Now Wells. Memphis moving it around. Wells sets the pick for Boozer. Edey trying to break free. Second shot opportunity. Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after. Here's Collier. And Kessler throws it down.
Inexcusable defense. You can't let Kessler get established inside like this.
Here's Traore. To the wing on the left. 6 to shoot. Fires the three. Offensive rebound. Edey. And the dunk by Edey.
Well, you know, it's funny, but young Zach Edey has already established himself as one of the best offensive rebounders in this league.
Back to Vassell. Pass to Jackson. There's the three. It's rebounded by Memphis. Now Boozer. A rebound by the Jazz. Bailey's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Collier. No good there. Boozer with the defensive effort. The Grizzlies trail by 5. To the paint. Here's Traore. Vassell grabs the board. Utah's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers and drops since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Another shot, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. So both teams making some changes here. gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Pass to Claxton. And here's Sexton. And there's the drive. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Devin Vassell.
Well, these coaches can't be happy they fouled Sexton. He's a good foul shooter.
George is checked in for Vassell. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Jerome is checked in.
Well, you see why teams try to avoid foul. Him. You're basically
just 5 on the clock. Filipowski in the corner. It's hauled in by Claxton.
I mean, that's the shot to take. He just couldn't get it to go.
1:15 left to play here in the third. Claxton is screen on Williams. Sexton the pass to Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Well, that was a great decision by Sexton. Really reading the defense and making a great pass. Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Here's Jerome. 16 points for him. Pass to Sexton. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's Collier, guarded by Jerome. Now, Filipowski. Pass to George. Here he goes. Here's Sensabaugh, guarded by Jackson. Sensabaugh, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
To the inside. And the dunk by Jackson. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
They set the pick. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's the Grizzlies. They're up by 1. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Collier out there with Keontae George. Then there's Kyle Filipowski. Then it's Williams. And it's Sensabaugh in at the power forward. That's the group right now for Utah. Sexton finds Jerome. Here's Traore. Pocket 6. Claxton sets the screen for Sexton. Filipowski grabs the board. Filipowski's got 4 rebounds in this game. Left side, George. Pass to Collier. Here's Sensabaugh. A three-pointer off the mark. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a 1-point game. Claxton is screen on George. And it's Sexton penetrating. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play.
Personal foul.
It goes on Cody Williams. And the Jazz making a change here. Sexton, an aggressive scorer, and Stan, he can get you 20 on any given game.
Oh, he certainly can, Kevin. This guy can score in bunches. I think what's improved for him, though, is he can also make plays for others. This is not a guy that can only score.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Memphis.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
And the other thing you notice is how committed they've been to playing with the pass, constantly moving that ball from one side to the other.
Memphis trailing here. Pass to Claxton. Now here's Sexton. And the layup's good off the glass.
And someone like Sexton, well, all scorers really, they have to get points around the hoop.
Here's George. On the wing, Williams. From downtown, the Grizzlies pull it in. Here's Sexton. Nice D from Williams. Jazz have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And that one drops for him. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry.
And Claxton throws it down.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Pass to Williams. And here's George. Shoots over Traore. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. George has got 11 in the second half. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And they have a timeout called by Thomas Isolo. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately, the Jazz making a switch here. Kessler's checked in, and Memphis also making a switch. Zach Edey, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks, guys. Head coach of the Grizzlies had some words for his team over the break. He told the guys to stay after it inside. He said our play inside is terrific right now. He said don't lose any of that intensity. Stay strong down there. It's always nice to hear a coach enjoying his team's play. Back to you.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you.
Well, Edey's a good man to have in the pick and roll. A big, strong guy who relishes contact.
Outside for George. Here's Traore, defended by George. Traore gets the bucket.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
High post, Kessler. Jerome with the steal. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson for the Jazz. Jackson, he's checked in for Kyle Filipowski. Vassell comes in for Williams. And Bailey subbed in for Collier.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Well, where Kessler is elite is on the boards, and he's an excellent rim protector. Those two things alone will earn you minutes.
Here's Boozer. Pass to Coward. The tray. It's good from long range. And the Grizzlies lead by 3.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
George with the bucket.
Yeah, George has been just merciless on offense. He's not holding back at all.
Jerome passes to Wells. Here's Coward. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
And Kessler throws it down. Great game for him. Double-double now. 11 points and 15 rebounds. Pass to Coward. And it's sent back by Kessler.
Well, they might think twice before bringing it inside again. Kessler with ferocious interior defense.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And the first one drops. Vassell hits them both.
Well, when you watch Vassell, it's easy to see why scoring comes so natural to him.
Pass to Edey. Here's Coward. Wells wide open. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
George sets a screen for Jackson. Vassell outside. It's not going to go for him. Memphis leading by 3. Jerome in the corner. Pass to Wells. Takes the 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc. A key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot. But when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding.
And Jackson gets it to go.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Back to Jerome. Over Jackson. And the rejection by Jackson. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. Memphis has gone to three-point range for 12 of their points in the final quarter on 4 of 5 shooting. Shoots from 14. Boozer can't get it to go.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
To the middle. Here's Kessler. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Now just a 2-point Grizzly lead.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to happen.
And it's sent back by Kessler.
Oh, big Walker Kessler. That is how you use your size.
And looking at that replay again, just a big-time block right there.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. Big block there in this close game.
5 on the clock. Jerome, no good. Utah has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range.
Easy to see why Kessler has so much success. The guy plays full bore every night.
Here's Jerome. Pass to Edey. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Here's Coward. That 3 off the mark. Now here is He's covered closely. Jackson with the screen. George with the bounce pass. Pass to Jackson. Outside for George. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 4 assists in the game.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Here's Coward. Inside. They need this. And Edey with the weigh-in.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
George against Jerome. Now Bailey. Beyond the arc. It's good.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Timeout called by Coach Isolo. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Wells with it. Stolen by George. Oh, what a finish!
Well, games like this really showcase the potential George has.